Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It is the Crypto Crow. It is currently 11:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do something different today that I had really never done before. And that is behind me, you're going to see a video, and I'm going to be playing this video. I just finished editing, cutting it all up. And basically this video is ultimately going to make a case for something. And it's something that, based off of experiences of my own and complexities and things associated with the metaverse, and what I believe is ultimately going to be the answer to my prayers. Now, it's not going to be a very long video, but I am going to stop this video at some instances because I realized when I just tried this, I don't remember how long each segment was and how long I was able to talk. So I'm probably going to pause and start the video. But basically, I'm just going to commentate my video and explain things, and I'm going to show off some stuff. And so let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to start with the disclaimer intro. All right, so what we're looking at right here is a game called No Man's Sky. Okay, now this is it's not really a single player game. It's a vastly multiplayer game, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it an MMO. Basically available on Steam. It's available on PC, consoles and PC basically. And this game is like an interstellar game. You fly around in ships. You can capture ships, buy sellers in an intergalactic market. There's all kinds of stuff. This game originally started pretty wonky with a lot of problems and kind of hollow with a lot of bold claims, right? But the building system in this game is amazing. And what can be built? You basically build your own base in this game. This is an example of an underwater base that somebody had built. I've built a base in this game. I'm getting ready to go back to this game for my late nights when I'm up after the wife passes out for the night, and I'm up until 3, 4, 5 a.m. depending on what I'm doing. And I'm going to start getting back into this, and you can see the differences in bases and opportunities. Now, this was back in April of 2022. It had just broken like 30,000 concurrent players in No Man's Sky, and that's just on Steam. That's not counting the sales that have happened on PC and so forth. No Man's Sky sales have apparently risen to over $78 million worth of copies sold on the PlayStation 4 and PC digitally. This was back in October 19 of 2021. This was a year ago, over a year ago. The game has been updated so much even since then. It is so much better than it even was then, and I couldn't find any current numbers. But ultimately, it's a solid game, and the building system in that game is such that, you basically have a panel, and you bring in different parts, you construct different types of walls out of different materials, you place them to build buildings, and you just kind of grow. And some of you have fabricated parts like modular home building where you can build your underwater homes, you can build air bases, space bases, you name it. Now, moving forward in the game world, we've got Sandbox. Okay, this is one of the first metaverse games that I started getting into, and I like Sandbox for what it is. But if you notice, the art style is voxel based, it's blocky, kind of limited, and some of the issues that I've had. So I own some land, I have some land, and you'll see my little head in the map here in a minute. And you see these very complex, I guess you can call them themes or theme parks or what have you. And they're cool, but they're super limited. Okay. They're more like interactive experiences than anything else. And the problem with Sandbox is that to develop on Sandbox is extremely expensive. And I'll show you something. This is the map, and that's my little 3x3 plot with my pretty little face on it. And, the circulating supply is about half of its total supply, okay? Its max supply is 3 billion sand tokens. Its all-time low, which was just 2 years ago, was almost 3 cents, but it was about 2 cents, okay? Its all-time high a year ago was $8.44. It's down 90% since its all-time high. So what this says is in 1 year, okay, 1 year of this game being built out and the selling land and everything else, which, it was November 25th of 2021 where it peaked, right? So within 1 year, it went from basically 3 cents to almost $8.50. That is a massive, massive game. That is a massive amount of money. Now, moving forward into this, I'm going to show you some other things associated with building in this metaverse, because this right here is a clip from Snoop Dogg's themed world, right? He built his own stuff. I'm sure he has a really good time with this. I've seen videos of him talking and kind of introducing people to this. However, to build something like what Snoop Dogg has built, I don't know exactly what he spent to have this all coded and designed and built. But this is a conversation I had with a gentleman that I was talking to about building my 3x3 plot. Okay. And I said, okay, what should I expect it to cost? He goes, well, you're asking the right guy. Ha. A lot of variables in play, similar to estimating the cost to build a small city without a spec. Just based on size, though, a 3x3 would take a team of 4 to 5 builders, probably 3-ish months. Based on what we've seen from a handful of brands so far, costs, to give you a gauge, it would be roughly 75 to 85 Ethereum, give or take. At the time, that was about $250,000. Okay, so they're wanting 75 to 85 Ethereum, which is at the time $250,000. And I said, $250,000? Wow. Yeah, I'll just sell the land. LOL. He goes, yeah, 3 months of building is a lot. Also, that's not counting updates as features roll out in Sandbox to keep it updated. Now, imagine owning a 24 by 24 plot. There are 7-figure builds happening with larger projects, which I think is going to get even more expensive as they launch. So, and here's the thing that I ran into when I was working on trying to find somebody to help me build some cool stuff on my land. Number one, voxel-based artists don't like the Sandbox toolset. It's considered wonky, unintuitive, difficult to use, and a lot of people don't want to deal with it. So it's difficult already to find people to build in the Sandbox world. I guess unless you pay them significant sums of money. $250,000 to build some voxel-based graphics, some scripting, and some fun. No thanks. I'm sorry, but to me that's cost prohibitive, which ultimately means to me that if Sandbox were to continue growing in popularity throughout this bear market into the next peak, it's going to be it's going to be big brands, big companies that are buying up land to build their theme parks on, which ultimately are going to end up like basically a conglomerate of advertisements for major brands for different reasons. And I've seen you got Walking Dead. I know they bought some. Atari bought. I mean, there are a lot of big companies that have already bought these significantly huge blocks of land, which is great. If you're holding land, well, that might be beneficial to you in the future. But if you're trying to build on it, forget about it. You're not going to really be able to do much unless you're a voxel-based artist that knows all these things yourself. To build on this stuff is just extremely expensive. Snoop Dogg, I'm sure, has tons of money. He has nothing to do but sit around and puff, pass, and, playing his own little virtual Sandbox world, and more power to him. I love that. Now, this, on the other hand, is what I believe is going to be my answer to everything I've ever wanted to accomplish in crypto and everything I've ever wanted to accomplish in a metaverse. Because this game, this world, is going to empower me in so many ways. And I'm going to show you some really cool video. You may or may not have seen some of it before. I will tell you right off the bat, I am a paid ambassador for this game, for Cornucopias. Okay. I have been talking to these guys, and I was all over these guys. Like, I don't know how long it's been, a year and a half. I don't know how long it's been. And I have been consulting with them. I've been working with them on different things. And I still am. I just had a big Zoom call with them today about what's coming and what's happening and what's going on and timeframes and things I can expect. And I don't think I'm releasing anything. I'm going to tell you something about this first video clip that you're going to see. I don't know if the public knows this yet. So stick around and I'll fill you in. But let's go ahead and watch this first clip right now. Now, I have the audio down intentionally because I don't want it to be blasting over my voice. But basically, this is a racetrack. I like the Cardano logo in the background there. That's pretty solid. Drip Drops. I actually been talking to the founder of Drip Drops. He's going to be helping me out with something here soon. But this is basically a 3D racetrack built in Unreal Engine 5. And it is going to be one of the first parts of Cornucopias to hit the public market. When? I'll tell you here in just a minute. This is the Javelin. These are all NFT-based vehicles that you can purchase. Many of us already have some. I don't have one of those, but I wouldn't mind having one. I don't have one of those either. I don't really like that so much. That one's pretty cool. I dig that. I have one of those. Not that color. But ultimately, this is going to be a full-blown racetrack where multiplayer races are going to take place. And it's going to be kind of like F-Zero. If you remember F-Zero back on, what was it? Was it the PlayStation 1? I can't remember. It's been a while. But this is, it's like the speedsters from Star Wars, but this is intense. And this is coming. And when is this coming? This is going to be coming very early in 2023. This is right around the corner. And this is going to be the first introduction people are going to have to publicly start playing in the Cornucopias Metaverse. And there's more coming. We're going to get into some cool stuff here. So this is another clip. Now this is going to show off some of the land and some of the graphics and some of the other things that you can expect from Cornucopias. And I cut a lot of these logo displays out, but I left this one. So what you're seeing now is ultimately like a sky realm. Okay, this is basically, there's going to be a lot of public transport in the skies. And you're going to see, and I know some of you guys have seen videos like this where they're showing the grasslands and wood hills and trees and things. And that's cool. But this is only one theme. There are going to be multiple themes within the world of Cornucopias. This is just one of them. This is like the nature theme. Okay. And it's one that they initially started with because it kind of shows some of the graphic displays, with the grass and the trees and all of that. And you're going to see people buzzing around in this metaverse through all these tracks, through this air traffic. This stuff to me, when I watch this, is absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, I have never seen anything like this in any game, let alone a massively multiplayer, metaverse-based or blockchain-based game. And I can't tell you how excited I am about this because... I'm telling you, like, I've been doing a lot of metaverse videos lately and kind of explaining what I think is going on in the world today and what it means. And ultimately, there are going to be so many people that take refuge in environments exactly like this, if not this very one. And they are going to build. You see these buildings down there? That's nothing. That's nothing compared to what you're going to see here in a few minutes. And there are going to be, each theme is, there are different land size. I have a lot of land. I've bought up some land. I have a large mythical land. I have some medium. I think I have some small, and I have a custom dome that's coming. And the custom dome is basically a part of my ambassador deal. Now, the thing of it is these custom domes, when I get to the last segment of this video, you're going to see exactly what kind of stuff is possible. And that's still just a drop in the bucket to what's coming. And I just don't think you guys realize what Cornucopias is, and you're going to see some of it here in just a second. Modern commercial. This is a builder kit. You've got a tropical paradise builder kit. These builder kits are ultimately kits that you're going to be able to get to build your custom domes. Okay. This is a house, and this is the interior of a house, and you see your NFTs are on display. Your NFT vehicles, all of that on display. When people come and they visit, they're going to be able to see your cars. They're going to be able to see your NFTs in the form of artwork. These are all part of a builder's kit that you can design your home around. Okay. And I expect to see some murder of crows on some people's walls when this game launches. Oh, I haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. Just wait. I mean, this is good stuff. Don't get me wrong. But this is one thing. I'm going to let this play.
All right, here it comes. This better hit.
So what you're seeing is a DJ live syncing audio to the lights and the sounds in his custom dome. Okay. So, and this is all, you know, some of you guys have seen some of this before. I just told Rob and Josh tonight, the co-founders of this game, you're gonna have live concerts in domes. I plan on having some, and I know exactly where I'm going to have live DJs from all over the world perform like this. And I told them, I was like, you know what you guys need to do? You need to figure out how to code dance moves, animated dance moves as NFTs, and then sell those to people. Because people are going to buy those up to show off all their different dance moves, and especially if they've got rare ones, so forth and so on. People are going to be showing those off at live concerts. This is the Bunker Battle Builder Kit. And of course, the Tropical Paradise Builder Kit. What you're going to see here is a custom dome that was designed as basically a first-person shooter game. You're going to see this here in just a second. It's unbelievable. Everybody's geared up, ready to go. So you see people that are running. Now, I don't know what sort of game modes that are going to be involved with this, whether ultimately you can build these environments. You're going to be able to build these environments yourself and invite people to have, you could probably do capture the flag type events, or, last man standing. I mean, there's going to be a lot of different options for people, but ultimately there are going to be tournaments. There's going to be so much stuff associated with Cornucopias in the gameplay associated around the different builders kits, the additions to those builders kits, and so forth and so on. And the thing of it is, I didn't have video. I was asking, I'm going to be showing some of this stuff soon. I have seen video footage of actual building happen. Okay. And I know I have some somewhere, but I couldn't find it. The building in this game, when you get these development kits or these builder kits, it's kind of like No Man's Sky. So if you've ever played No Man's Sky, well, then you should have a pretty good idea as to what the building of environments, of houses, of buildings, and commercial buildings, and residential, and all that. You're going to know what that's going to be like in Cornucopias. I've seen it, and it's amazing. And I keep hounding these guys. I'm like, give me give me something to start building on. I want to show all of you guys what this thing can do. And it's coming, but it's going to be a little while. And I don't know exactly how long it's going to be until they open it up to me, but I know we're talking about it. And I think we're going to be doing a video interview next week where we're going to be talking about some of this stuff. And you know me, I'm going to have to put them on the spot a little bit about some things. But they're great guys, man. I mean, I like talking to these guys, and they're very, very open to ideas. And that's also one of the reasons why I think this is going to do so well, because they manage significant teams. I mean, these guys, this is a legitimate development company that have developers all over the place that are building out everything that you've seen in these videos and more that I haven't even shown you yet. And the current price of Cornucopias is sitting at around a penny. It's 0.014 cents. Okay. It's up a little bit. Its all-time low was just a month ago, back in September. It was basically trading at 1 penny. because we're in a bear market. And on top of that, if you look up here in the top right, you see that it's only two markets right now. It's in two dexes, Pancake Swap and Decoin. Okay. The volume isn't that high on these. People don't want to use dexes for the most part. They want to be able to log in. They want to go into a centralized exchange where they feel a little more secure, being able to get in, get out with at the price that they expect it to be. There's a difference in price depending on the two dexes. And it's vastly different. You've got slippage on these. There are a lot of issues associated with DEX platforms that I don't particularly like. And I was explaining to them today, listen, I'm not buying any of these Kopi tokens on a DEX. I'm going to wait for them to hit a centralized exchange. When is that coming? What's happening? I have a pretty good idea because I've been helping them with one part of it and I'm helping them with another part of it now. And, I was explaining to them that, listen, the total supply of these tokens are 3.8 billion. You've got about 840 million tokens more than Sandbox. And Sandbox got to 850 in a matter of a year. Okay. This game, to me, this metaverse is going to be there's going to be so much more opportunity for people to design and build their worlds, their land, their buildings, their businesses, whatever it is that they're wanting to do, than pretty much any metaverse game that I know of out there to date. And because of that, adoption is going to be high because, like in Sandbox, rather than having to spend $100,000, $200,000 to build a little theme on a plot of land, you can be 12 years old. If you know how to click, place, you're going to be able to build an entire environment to suit your friends, your family, your guilds, your business, whatever sorts of things. Like I've been talking to them. I know that I'm going to be doing live DJ streams and we're going to have some parties in the metaverse. And they're going to be great. And when we release something new, we're going to have a big party. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be associated with that. And that's just one thing. That's just one use case. That's not counting the racing, the first person stuff. I've got some other ideas that I'm presenting to them. I can't say anything though, but there's a lot of stuff coming. And the all-time low of a penny, hell, it basically the price it's sitting at right now. I mean, I want to pick up $1 million. You can pick up almost 1 million of these things for about 14 grand. If it were to, and what's the question? The question is, how high could it go? Well, if Sand went up to, and Sand has like 1.5 billion of their tokens already in supply. So half of their max supply is already circulating. Kopi hasn't even really got started yet. Okay. Every time they release land, every time they release anything NFT based associated with the game, it's sold out in minutes. I've never been able to buy anything directly from a live mint. Like, oh, the minting starts at this time. I go in and I get what I want. No, I've had the land that I bought, I've had to buy in the secondary market because it's gone in pretty much seconds, if not minutes, or minutes, if not seconds. It's gone so quick. And the biggest hurdle right now is some centralized exchange listings for these tokens. And I think one of the biggest concerns is they want to make sure that there's enough utility around the tokens. And I know that they have someone like the mobile app that they launched and things like that. Because obviously nobody wants these considered a security. Nobody wants some regulatory body coming in trying to shut the whole party down, right? Because, whatever. I mean, and I don't think that will be the case with this game because nobody's telling you like the price is going to the moon. I'm just saying, based off of the price action and the uses of other tokens like Sand, if you have similar utilities associated with Cornucopias in a metaverse that is ultimately easier to play, easier to build with, more entertaining by far, and is very much likely to capture the interest of everybody, young and old, while empowering them to build whatever it is that they have in their mind. Yeah, that screams to me use case. That screams to me high demand for the tokens, as well as like the high demand for everything else. And I just think that the sky is absolutely the limit. And this is just kind of a fun update video on what I think is coming. That's pretty much all it in a nutshell. I mean, at a current price, I mean, heck, even if it got to $2 by the peak of the next market, that's going to create, this to me is, when I was first getting into Cardano, this is exactly how I felt about Cardano in 2017. This is going to take over. So far, I'm pretty accurate about Cardano over all these years with the ebbs and flows of the markets and the different cycles and all that. I believe wholeheartedly that Cornucopias is going to take over the metaverse market. And not only that, but I think that as it continues to grow and it's adopted through VR, and you're able to start engaging in the metaverse through VR, man, I'm telling you, the sky is absolutely the limit. And I think I'm just super excited. I don't know what else to say other than that. I'm super excited. I can't wait. And I can't wait to show you guys more. So until next time, crow your coins, and I'll see you again real soon.